Hey, Pusnet, new little video. This one is a little concept that I was thinking, and more concept. It's a little bit kind of an opinion as well, but concept, I guess. As you can see from the title, a lot of people does a lot of video on bartering, what they should have in their bags and what they should pull out and to have, and with silver and gold make its value. But one thing I don't hear many people talk about is skills, and it seems to me, as much as we talk a lot about, and this is why I compare it to solar panel, everybody's all on board. Oh yes, all good prepares has to have a solar panel so that I can recharge my my application and use the sun and all that. But what about skills? Skills are able to if you're able to do things, especially like somebody that is good with their hands and handcraft and stuff, it seems to me that it makes more sense to have those than to have like a bag of, I don't know, smokes or things, because then you can take arrangements. Like, for example, in my preparation, because I'm not a big believer of the end of the well collapse, Book of Eli type of thing. I'm more a moderate, I guess, in the prepare community. I think things could go bad for a few months and things like that. So I usually, that's what I aim for, 3 to 4 months of preparation. But I don't think I have, but there's always the possibility. I mean, everything is possible. The Great Depression came in, the World War I and II came, there was big invasions in the whole through history, so big things can happen. And even closer in the 90s, I think, 90s, 200s, where 2000, where there was the Baltic incidents, and even Argentina when there was other stuff. So I mean, things can happen, but I think I would rely for that. It's a little bit like I do have investments and portfolios, and when you do portfolios, you kind of multiple your different things, and I do have a little bit of stocks and actually even gold things to support in case that the economy would kind of collapse, to kind of maintain my not lose all my stuff, basically. And I find my skills, so for example my medical skills obviously would be one that I would rely a lot on. And if you think about it, and I'll put a link down, it's this cool thing, and I think this is what got me kind of think about that, is a TED head, and they're like TED Talks, but I guess they're more for kids. But if they're for kids, we got like very smart cookies coming out of schools now, because they talk about like some cool stuff. And this one was very interesting, because it's about like values and how different things with different reason has values. And I like their approach, because actually even it's a little bit like a survival situation, because it's about water versus diamond, and that would be your situation. And I find like a lot of time when people talk about stuff, it seems almost the situation will be static. We'll go from being fully grid up and everything to chaos, and everybody's killing each other and stuff like that, which I don't see it that way. I think it will be a gradual thing. And actually I'll put also another link, another cool podcast I recently listened to from Malcolm Gladwell, and what they were talking about was the kind of triggers. Why, like, people, like, why, for example, if there's riot, there's some people that throws rocks and some people don't, and some people think it's just because you're bad or good. But I think everybody, what they think is that everybody has his triggers. Everybody has a level of things that when you reach this, you will go down. You will do X. You will, for example, cannibalism. Why is that normal people that would eat, like, they would stop you on the street and start start eating on your leg, would do it in a situation like, for example, in the Indies and stuff. Their triggers got met. I think the situation for the disaster, depending on disaster, would kind of go up and down. And this is why it gets it hard to determine what will work and what wouldn't work. So that's one point for skills, is that you carry them. So basically, for example, pet first aid would be another one. Obviously, mine are hard in medical stuff, but there's other things. I mean, like repairing and everything. So that means just like right now, if you look at the whole economy, you are paid for a certain set of skills that you do. Your job, that's a set of skills. You go in, you do your job, you get paid. So you get an exchange for that. Well, why you cannot do that in a situation when there's a disaster? You go to someone, hey, if you have someone X, like for example, like pet first aid, you find that they have a dog or something. I'll give you a service and you do this. And actually, even for safety wise, for example, people could say, well, if you're a nurse, then they'll come and, put a gun at your head and you need to heal this person and stuff. Well, then it puts me in a better situation for negotiation than to have, let's say, gold or silver on me, because that means they'll attack me. They will kill me, and they're still going to get their gold and the silver, because actually now I give them the incentive. So again, there are triggers to attack me because I'm carrying all that extra stuff and all those extra things. And actually, one of point that many people do why they won't do bartering with others is for that safety measure. Because if you start doing exchange and people know, hey, you're the one that has all those goodies and everything, you may become a security target. But if it's skills, okay, you come, you put a gun on me, sure. Unless you take that gun away, I'm not doing anything on it. Sure, you may call, but at least it puts you a little bit better position for negotiation versus having a solid, tangible object that basically can be taken away from you. The other one too is that it's recycled. So all my skills, I help someone do a dressing, I get paid, go to the next person, help someone again for the dressing. Those supplies there, I didn't have to use supplies. All I used was my skills, my knowledge, my way of doing stuff. And so I think it would be an interesting thing to bring skills back up on the skills, because I think they're portable, they're renewable, they will do, and they're more adaptable to whatever situation, that if it really a full collapse down. And in a certain way, if, let's say, Book of Eli ever happens, if you think about it, the real preppers, so the people that has this, will be the new billionaire of the collapsed world, because money won't mean anything. Security will be like the new way. So basically, you'll have the powerful with this, but if you're able to support yourself, if you're able to sustain yourself, if you're able to get, basically it's just like this world right now, but kind of reversed, because now it's the people that, well, it's a little bit the same rules that have always ruled through history. It's the people that have rules, and the people that don't have gets supported. But now, because the grid is up and all this, it's mostly dependent on money. But if you look at 2008, 2009, even billionaires, they got hit pretty hard, because some of their portfolio crash down based on what they have, but it was pretty much almost a little thick. Like, you know, you go from 10 billions to 2 billion. 2 billion, it seemed a lot of money, but you're already like, even if you have like 1 billion, you can basically live a few generations without needed ever any money, because that's a lot of money. so what else, right? But preppers would be a little bit the same thing. If there's a drought, who cares? I got all my supplies and everything. So they would become like the new billionaire. So I like that. So if you ever want to be a billionaire, just create an ad block over there and get your preps out. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick concept, see what your opinion, and I'll talk to you soon.